The following live stream may include adult language and themes. How could we know for sure? Hasn't happened yet. Anyway, viewer discretion is advised.
There we go. Where are we going?
Right here.
Hey, that's me.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hello.
It's the delay.
Oh, yeah, it's the delay.
Welcome to Tabletop Turntable, the show
Hello.
where we spin various tracks of TTRPGs just for you, with different players, different game masters, and different systems. Sean, what are we playing today?
We are playing Monster of the Week, and it is so wonderful to be back with everyone, and nobody is sick.
Or
Finally.
deathly injured.
Not physically.
Yes. No,
Just,
we're all mentally ill,
mentally.
but that's because the government doesn't fund that anymore. So, it is wonderful to be with you, though. Mm-hmm.
What a time to be alive.
That's okay.
Come back.
Yeah. My camera's always going out of focus. It is so good to be with you all. And we are so excited to get this story back on track again. Not to make a joke about Tabletop Turntable, but that was pretty good. But we are so happy to be back with the Ryden Detective Agency, and dear God, I hate you. I deserve that for all I did in your game.
You're welcome.
I'm so upset
That's
right now.
very funny. I'm gonna be kind and not. I'm gonna be kind and not like just ruin the evening with Velociraptor noises, because I definitely downloaded a bunch of Velociraptor sounds for my soundboard. Like,
why would you have done such a thing?
Oh, for reasons.
Of course, reasons are great. Oh my gosh. This is not a D&D, Rowan. This is this is called Monster of the Week, and just it's been a while, we can kind of talk about I'll just sort of explain the system again. If you can think about those like 90s and 2000s sci-fi series where like X-Files or Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Supernatural or something like that. That is what this game is all about. It is about that monster of the week that comes on every week and that we have to deal with. It is so very much fun. And just so silly and ridiculous. So if everybody's good, we can just hop right on in, because I think we are about to have some excitement, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we were just about to fight.
We were. So we had a to be continued last episode. And so after last episode, just as a reminder for everyone, you made it into Dunmere, Maine, after an invitation from Stevie Queen to discover what was causing all of the disappearances in this town. And there had been many disappearances over the last few months. You had checked in to the apologies, I had it on the tip of my tongue, the Grey Gull Inn, and everyone had rooms and had done a little bit of searching around, had met the proprietor of that inn. You also had a chance to talk to Sheriff Tom Grayson and Nate Holloway, who have also offered some help. You made your way down the road to the Rusty Anchor Pub to talk to Grizz McAllister, who may have a little more information about what's going on. When you arrived, the door in the back of the bar was kicked open, or it seemed as though it had been broken open in some way.
Also, when we arrived, it was closed. That
It
was
was
the first
closed.
thing that was weird.
Yes.
Never closed.
And no one was around, if you remember correctly.
That's right.
You made it through the kitchen, and you were able to sneak your way in, and you have found some fish-like creatures, bipedal fish-like creatures, and Sheriff Tom Grayson has helped you corner them in the bar. So, let me double check, because it has been... I just want to make sure I am doing this right.
Please, no one be distracted by the lobster rolls on the floor.
Yeah, nobody be
Okay.
distracted by the delicious lobster rolls.
The monsters certainly weren't, so...
They're smothered in butter.
Indeed.
Fistful.
So I'm going to go ahead. All right. So there is no initiative order per se or anything like this in this game. It's just kind of a free-for-all. So you all have these things kind of on either side. And so I'm going to say, I believe we had kind of decided that Ro was the closest to them because Ro was checking to see if they were...
Ro has no chill. Ro
Yes,
went
basically.
right in the door.
Right
and
in the
then
door.
Tried to telepathy some answers.
That's what it was. Yes. So, Ro, you have a couple of these fish-like beings. One of them closer to you than another. One is a little further closer to the large fireplace that takes up the center of the room. Kind of a two-sided fireplace with the chimney going up through the roof. And one of them is fairly close to you, within about 10 feet. What would you like to do in this first round of combat?
Well, I do have a big knife. And I also have a 9mm.
Nice.
So I'm thinking I will take out the big knife because I don't want to make too much noise.
Mm-hmm.
And attempt a stab.
Absolutely. So please, in this game, just for those of you that are joining us for the first time, she is going to roll a kick some ass roll. And that she has to roll 2d6, and there are different things that happen based on the roll that she gives. So go ahead and kick some ass.
That is a 10.
Ooh, 10. 10 is a success. So you choose one extra effect on a 10 plus. You can gain advantage, take +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter. So you can actually hold on to that if you would like to and decide later. The inflict terrible harm, which means you would do +1 harm. You can suffer less harm, because remember, every time that you take an action, I take an action back.
Right.
And then you can force them where you want them. So you can move them anywhere on the battlefield that makes sense.
Can I throw it kind of towards the rest of the group, like into the middle of the room?
So throw it kind of towards its buddy?
Towards its buddy-ish, yeah.
Sure, yeah. They're close enough together that you can just throw him, like, next to him. That's perfect. So, you take your knife out. Your big knife out, and you just take it out and just really drive it through its chest. And it gets it really well. How much harm does that do?
It says +1.
Okay, so 1 harm?
Yes.
Okay. So 1 harm. And you push it backwards with the force. And actually kind of odd with how you're a little smaller. I think you're the smallest person in the group, but it seems to almost have this like supernatural strength to it. You throw it backwards and it trips over itself and knocks into the other one, knocking it a little off balance.
Oh boy.
This one will with that, let me see here. Let me see what it wants to do. It turns back towards you, holding its chest, and just kind of like there's this almost like bubbly, like as sort of tries to say something, but it starts to glow, and you see it has kind of like an anglerfish has a little bit of a light that hangs off of the front of it. Could you please roll a plus cool for me?
Yes.
Yes.
That's a 7.
A 7. So that is a mixed success. So you are able to move, but you are now afraid of this one. So anything that you do, you have to. It has a -1, while this creature is still alive.
Okay.
So you are afraid of it. Next, let's go with, I believe Sunny was about ready with his bat. So could we go with
banging
Sunny,
on
please?
stuff inside? Yeah.
Sunny and Yaz were on the way.
Yes.
Sonny's gonna.
Well, that's fine.
Go ahead.
No. I'll wait until you're done. Go ahead. My bad.
Sonny's gonna run up to the same fishman
Mhm.
that just got stabbed and gonna just take a big whack with that Louisville slugger.
All right, roll kick some ass.
What does
Can
that
do.
mean?
What do you mean?
Where do we see the things that we can roll? What does that mean? How would I?
On the cheat sheet in the Google Drive.
Yes.
Yeah, and the character playbooks. That's where our quote unquote character sheets were.
I got an 8.
An 8 is a mixed success. So you and whatever you're fighting. Okay, so. Oh, and I apologize. I will always admit a mistake as a DM and a teacher. Ro, you are not actually afraid. That did not happen. I
Oh.
apologize.
Cool.
I apologize. On a 10 plus, you don't take any harm. However, on a 7 plus, we are going to inflict damage on each other. So how much damage do you do to this one?
1 harm.
Okay, so you take that swing, you do 1 harm to it, and you crack it across the shoulder. It seems to really hurt you. It spins around and is able to take a swing at you with its claws. And it swings its claws towards you. Just so you know, when these things happen, I do not roll. These things just happen based on your roll. So you take 2 harm.
Okay.
Am I still afraid?
You are not afraid. You are
Okay.
not afraid. That was a mistake on my part. Because you got a 10 plus, that does not occur.
Okay.
So you did enough damage and were successful enough that you threw it off from what it was going to do.
Gotcha. So I'm ignoring everything that the cool roll, and
You are. Absolutely.
neat.
Michael, what were you going to do and say?
I was going to ask a question about last time Ro was doing some juju on the fishman and determined some things that didn't like fire.
Yes.
Did she communicate that stuff to us? Like, because that was kind of the end of the session. And
I did.
yeah,
You did?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to go back into the kitchen to try to find anything flammable.
Okay.
Like some oil, like maybe some little oil lamps, candles, or even just like some cooking sherry or cooking brandy.
Sure.
Anything that I could possibly use to make a quick combustible.
Well, I'm not going to make you roll anything for that. This is a bar. There is so much liquor everywhere that before you even turn around and go into the kitchen, you just turn and you see the 3 shelves. This is a 1, 2, 3 style. So
nice. So
yeah.
I'm gonna find the highest proof, whatever I can find. Probably Scotch, I would
Probably
guess.
Scotch. Yeah, this
Probably
is
Scotch. Is that
Yeah.
in this environment, in this locale, this
Exactly, yeah.
cultural part of the country? Yeah. So I want to take the bottle of whatever the highest proof thing I can find, and
Sure.
I want to chuck it at the monsters.
Sure, absolutely, you can do that. Go ahead and roll a kick some ass on this since it's a throw.
And remind me that is sharp.
That is not sharp. I believe kick some ass is
Where is the
tough
man.
plus tough.
Plus tough. Okay,
Plus
cool.
tough.
That's a 9.
9. Okay, so that is going to be a mixed success. So you do what you want to do. You hit him. He is going to... What is he going to do to you? So this time he actually is going to glow and... did you do this to... They're close enough together that I think that this splashes onto both of them.
Okay.
Because like
I was hoping that would be the case, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Absolutely it does. And plus, you got a 9. That's close enough to a 10 that I would allow that. If you could, while this thing kind of just growls at you and glows bioluminescently, if you could please roll a plus cool for me.
Ooh. I'm not good at cool, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That is another 9.
9, okay. So you are... This thing kind of strikes fear into your heart. Until your next turn, you are going to be at a -1 whenever you make a roll. So your next round, you'll make a -1.
Okay. I'm going to just literally like hide back behind the bar.
Perfect. I love that. All right. So Alistair is, or I'm sorry, Aliester or Alistair? I can't remember what you...
Alistair.
Alistair, okay.
Al
So
is
let's...
also fine.
Al, okay. Dawn, what are you going to do?
I really wish I could tell you, but I can't open that link.
What?
Yeah, it's doing that thing where sometimes Drive does, where it does basically the links expire.
I have an idea. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
I was gonna. Well, yeah.
Yeah, I can. I'm just gonna throw it into. Apologies, folks. I'm gonna throw this into Discord really fast.
But basically, I want to. I want to throw magic at them.
Perfect. There's the reference sheet. Okay, I've sent you the reference sheet, so you should be able to see it now. So magic is going to be a use magic, I believe. Let me just double check. Yes. So what are you wanting to do with that magic?
I want it to contain them.
Ah. All right. Keep it in one spot.
Yeah.
All right. So that is a magic roll, and so you're going to roll plus weird.
Where did my character sheet go? I have a +2 to weird, which makes that a 9.
9. Perfect. All right. Ooh, okay. So on a 7 to 9, it works imperfectly. Choose your effect and a glitch. Okay. So there are a couple of effects. Let me just see. Okay. So yeah, there you go. One of the effects is trap a specific person, minion, or monster. So I'm going to say that you do that. Let me see here. Something interesting. Okay. I think what ends up happening is that it's effective, but you can tell that this isn't as powerful as you usually are able to do. And there's a possibility that they could break out themselves the next time that they're able to act.
Okay.
What does that look like, by the way, Meg, when you... I'm sorry, Dawn, when you do magic?
It looks like an anime montage of like powering up Sailor Moon shit.
No.
Directing the, I think it's a staff that she has.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Powering up Sailor Moon shit.
Yep, powering
makes
up
me so
Sailor
happy.
Moon shit, and then it
Punish you.
shoots a pink bubble.
Fighting evil by moonlight. Love by daylight. Makes me so happy. Oh my god. I'm sorry to YouTube. No one sue us.
not.
We're
so-
friends
I'm
with these
not.
people.
We're okay.
Right. All right. It is Tom. Tom is gonna Sheriff Tom is going to
I forgot he was even here. I'll be
he
honest.
is. He notices that none of you did anything loud, and he looks down at his massive magnum that he's holding, and holsters it,
Oh,
and
brag.
and pulls out a police baton, and he's gonna run up and try and attack. And he's there, so I actually get to roll dice too. So. Oh, okay. So he is successful.
Man.
So he gets a 10.
Ooh.
He's going to inflict extra harm. So he is going to do 3 damage to the one that is uninjured. So he runs up and takes a massive swing at this thing and just cracks it in the ribs. And it kind of makes this like noise as the wind is knocked out of it. It is not looking great. And it does not get to move. So let's go back to the top of the round. Let's go with Ro. Ro, what would you like to do? You are not afraid.
All right, since I'm not afraid, I would like to direct another attack, but this time doing my ability called the Big Whammy. It says you can use your powers to kick some ass. You roll weird instead of tough, and you do harm. It's close. It's obvious. It ignores armor, and on a miss, I get a magical backlash.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, tell me what you roll, and let's see where that goes.
Please. That's a 2.
Oh, okay. Magical backlash.
Sorry.
A 4. So that is a failure. Let me see what sort of magical backlashes I can do. Okay. On your sheet, are you the weird?
I am.
Okay.
No, I'm the spooky. I'm sorry.
Spooky. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh man. Magical backlash.
I do have something called Dark Side. I don't know if that is having with that, but I have poor impulse control, hallucinations, and paranoia.
Okay, I think what we're gonna go with that is. Okay, I've got it. All right, so what happens is you do this. What does it look like when you're doing this exactly?
The complete opposite of Dawn. It's very like dark and mysterious. I hunch over and kind of like twitch a little bit, and it's like very creepy. And then I just like I blow magical dust towards the fish person. It's like
All right.
dark, spooky, sparkly shit.
And like the air conditioner kicks on just as you do. And blows the dust back in your face.
It feels that way because it hits Dawn's shield. And Dawn's shield is only supposed to keep things in. Looks like it's keeping things out too. So this stuff bounces back at you and just hits you right in the face. Go ahead and take 2 harm from your own attack. As you cough and sputter and just this hasn't really happened before. And so you're not ready for it. So you are just it's hard to breathe at this point. And mark experience since you failed.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. That is a fun thing about Monster of the Week is as you fail rolls, you build experience to ultimate. That's right.
And don't forget your luck rolls.
That's right too.
Nice. So good. So it's not able to attack you, but you are not feeling great.
Myself.
Sunny.
So good question here. Have I seen this magic stuff happen before? Like, I don't. Has it been something that we've done in the past?
No, I like to think so, but that's also my headcanon. You know that
I know we're all aware of like the supernatural aspect of it, but have I actually seen like my sister cast a spell before?
That's a great question. Do you even know you could have been the chosen one?
I don't know what you're talking about. Look. All right.
I mean,
so
that would be a fun character thing to figure out.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if in the middle of the fight is a good moment for it.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Let's unpack that in a few minutes.
All right. Yeah, Sonny's just gonna swing away again. I mean,
this is not an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Thank you.
Well, look, there's a strange non-humanoid thing, and I got a baseball bat. I do what I do.
Swing away, kick some ass.
Oh, that's a good roll. That's gonna be 14.
Oh shit! Hey, so this is our first advanced success. Ooh. So on some rolls, if you get a 12 plus, you actually get to add even more. So, you get an advanced effect, and you get to choose. You completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved in the fight get +1 forward, which means for the rest of the fight, everyone gets a +1 on everything they roll.
Whoa!
You suffer no harm at all. Your attack inflicts double the normal harm, or your attack drives the enemy away in a rout.
Wow.
So, does this mean all of the enemies or just the one?
That enemy is just gone.
Okay.
Just the one.
Just the one.
How roughed up is he looking?
The one. Which one are you swinging at? The one that was hit by Sheriff, or the one that was hit by both of y'all last turn?
The form. The one I've already swung at.
He doesn't look super really bad yet, but he's got some bruises.
Well, assuming that I don't take any harm from it, then I'll drive him away in a rout.
All right. You smack him just right in the temple. This thing hurts. He kind of crumples to the ground for a minute, and then whimpers a little bit, and just goes charging back through the kitchen and out the back door.
That's right. You don't mess with me in my team here.
Oh.
Wait,
the other
we
one.
Want him to run away? That probably seems like a bad idea, doesn't it?
I was just gonna say we need to find out where the people are, Sonny.
Well, good news. There's another fishman here.
And it just goes. Its friend does not look happy.
Having a hard time resisting the urge to chase the other one.
Oh, I have no impulse control.
Well, Al, it is your turn.
I know. You know what? We're gonna roll for it.
I love that.
I'm chasing after it.
Yes!
Oh my god.
That makes me so happy.
At least enough to try to ascertain where it's going, or at least a direction that it's going. I'm not necessarily. If I get an opportunity to cook him, I will. But that's not my goal. I'm trying to find where he's going back to.
Okay, you.
Which, if you want to resolve the combat and come back to that, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
No, this is still part of the combat. I want this to be part of the combat. I think this is great. I'm going to have you roll. I'm sorry, I keep making you do this. Based on what you're doing, I would like you to roll an act under pressure roll.
Oh boy.
Which is plus cool. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That was a really good roll. That's an
Ooh.
11.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you add the +1 from
No, it's
James?
a -1 for. Oh wait, do I get a +1?
You get a +1
right.
from James.
So that's a 12.
Wait, no, James didn't choose the +1. I'm so sorry.
Oh, I was so confused for a second. That's okay.
Sorry.
11 is still really good.
I'm sorry. I really wanted you to get a 12.
That's all right.
So
That's okay. We'll get there.
that's the other thing about this game for those of you that are watching. My job is to make them seem cooler, which is like literally in the book that says like make them seem cooler than possibly they could be.
Impossible.
That's not challenge rating
choke.
impossible.
That's so funny. I choked on it.
Man. All right.
Cool.
Okay. So on a 10+, you do what you set out to do. So,
Sweet.
I will say this. You are now out of the combat, and I'm going to... Okay, I'm going to come back to that.
Okay.
I'm going to come back to that. But you are able to see where it goes. I will tell you that.
All right.
I just don't want everyone else to know what's going on yet.
No. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which I know this is really weird, but I might actually have everybody mute here at the end of combat so that I can just...
I do that all the time.
Sweet, good, yay, okay, sweet, yay. Thank you, Matt Mercer, for that idea.
How does he do
Good.
it in person?
All right.
Does he make
So that
everybody
is
leave the
now-
room?
Say that again?
I said, how does he do it in person? Does he make everybody leave the room?
No, he walks up and he just like whispers in their ear, and then
I see.
everybody does stupid voice actor shit. Dawn, it is your go.
Oh boy.
There is one more.
Is this the one in
covered
my
in-
bubble?
Uh-huh.
Okay, then if he is currently restrained inside my bubble, then I would like to question him. I'd like to investigate the mystery. Try to find
Sure.
out where he took, if they're the ones who are responsible for the disappearances.
All right, let me see here. Okay. I am going to ask you to, how are you doing this? Are you just talking to him or it? Are you talking to them or are you doing this in some magical way?
That's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna choose to use magic for everything. So
Beautiful.
let's say I'm casting a spell of truth or something.
So let's see here. I'm trying to
A
see.
bubble of truth, if you will.
If you could somehow contain the truth in like a zone, maybe.
Maybe.
So here's-
one
oh my
might call
God.
it that.
Oh. You're welcome.
Wait.
All right. Jesus. I think you just killed one of the McElroy brothers, or the McElroy brothers' dad.
Clint, no.
Clint just died. All right.
Multi-dimensional janitor, no.
Jesus. All right. So there's not necessarily an option for that, but there is an option to communicate with something you do not share a language with.
Oh, well.
And I would say what you can do is, okay, let's do this. So let's say combat pauses because this thing is trapped. If you want to try and communicate with this thing, I'll let you do the use magic plus weird.
Okay.
And I think that just the communication kind of allows it to... Well, let's see what happens. You go ahead and do that. So there's not like... It's not like a truth bubble necessarily, because that's not something that use magic can do. That's more of like a big magic sort of situation.
Got it.
So yeah, I would say that you could make sure that you can communicate with this thing. You can't make sure it's telling the truth.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the background, you hear Sonny yell, just, when did you learn to speak fish?
We took that trip to the aquarium. Don't you remember?
Oh shoot.
You actually look over and Sonny has popped open a bottle of like liquor because he's so stressed out.
They definitely have Gansett here.
Yeah, for sure.
They absolutely. You see some Gansett.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's definitely
Actually-
there's probably
actually,
like
hey.
a collection of antique Gansett cans along
Gansett?
the fucking.
No. This is a legit business. Gansett is on tap.
Ah.
Oh.
I'm
I'm gonna pour myself a draft right now.
As you start to, what do you get on that use magic? That plus weird roll.
Another 8.
An 8. Okay. It works imperfectly. Okay, let me see here. No.
might not be as fun in a mechanical sense, but it's actually pretty makes on par for the narrative sense.
Actually, this is going to be a lot of fun. This has a problematic.
Yeah, student.
So this is going to have a problematic side effect.
Yep.
So-
My accessories no longer match my outfit.
Every other word that you hear out of this thing, it translates it incorrectly to the single word use guys. So
The single word use guys?
my northern friends will understand. Use guys is one word. It's like y'all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
except
it's gotta
way
look
longer.
So this is gonna be fucking horrible for me. So
I gave you an option. I liked my idea.
I did it to myself.
You chose
I know. It's
As
more
the ma-
fun. It's
As the
more
master
fun.
of DM increasing the challenge rating for himself. I feel
Yes.
this sympathy for you.
All
Keeper
right. So
in this game.
Yes,
what
sorry.
what would you like to say to this fish man?
What are you doing here? What's going on? What do you?
Did she
So
turn into Mark Wahlberg all of a sudden?
she did. She
What?
did.
No!
What's going on?
Good lord.
So you hear, use guys. Two. Use guys.
Forget it. We don't know what he's saying. Forget it.
So what you're telling me is you don't actually know how to speak fish.
Wasn't paying attention at the aquarium.
Yeah,
Of course I don't know how to speak fish. I'm trying to use magic is my thing. I'm using magic. Speak
Crying.
fish. What are you, dumb?
shotgunning Gansets, all right? Look.
I'm
that beer
use
down.
guys.
Say what?
I'm use guys dumb.
Yeah, you are. Continue.
Fish napping.
I'm
It
not.
just kind of turns its head.
That's
Your
incredible.
use guys, my use guys aren't use guys.
We're not your. We're not your. Something.
I wasn't listening.
I'm listening. Keep going.
Oh God.
Let use guys go.
No.
Not until we know why you were here.
And like,
It
where
sounds
are
like-
all these missing people?
Wanted to let us go, didn't he?
Oh,
Don't
here.
forget
You
there's a dead body.
said-
Don't forget
Wait,
there's a
wait.
dead body. Don't forget there's a dead body.
Wait,
If you can-
who's
if
dead
you can-
body?
And me. Try to put an arbitrary word between the message that you're trying to tell us. Like the
Huh?
or some like when you're talking. You say like IVM the something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think that's working.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Because every other word is use guys.
Can I bash this guy's brains in yet? Like,
No.
what?
He's trying. He's trying to communicate.
It's a natural abomination.
We use guys, and he
Uh-huh.
looks at you, Ro.
Did he catch on?
Were
Okay.
Hot diggity dog.
use guys
Uh-huh.
sent
You were sent.
use guys to use guys
Uh-huh.
shut
Okay.
use guys that, and he points use guys up.
Shut it up. Point it. What is he pointing at?
What did he point at?
He points at the body on the floor that, as you're looking, twitches and grunts a little bit.
Who is that?
Is that on Roll20, Sean?
What?
Did you do anything on Roll20?
God, no.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
I'm working my best here.
Okay.
It's not normal for a body, is it?
What is that?
Who is that?
That use guys is use guys Grizz.
Grizz?
That's who we were looking for. Why did you need to shut him up? What was he talking about?
He use guys knows use guys to use guys much.
About what?
Use guys about use guys the use guys coming.
Coming to what?
The use guys coming, use guys of, use guys father.
The coming of father.
Well,
And it just nods.
look, I've heard of some strange pornos before, but that one's way out there. Not so into the father incest material, you know what I'm saying?
Wow, Sonny, I'm telling Ma.
Sonny, when you
Don't
say
tell
that,
Ma!
when you say that, this thing kind of looks at you with, and it, if it had eyebrows, you're pretty sure that it did like a one eyebrow up, like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Look,
Does the
buddy.
father need humans?
Father use guys needs use guys blood.
Blood.
I
Okay.
think maybe when he
What
says
for?
father, he's talking about the Catholic Church. He's talking
Probably
about
not.
a priest. One,
No,
you know,
because they're
body and blood of
fish-
Christ.
Fish people partake of Catholicism.
Well, I mean, maybe they've been multiplied with along with some loaves. I don't know.
So this thing
That's
waves.
Yes,
and
Catholicism.
It says, it looks and it says, I've you guys been you guys honest. You guys please use guys we use guys can use guys have use guys normal use guys conversation, and it points and you see this, you kind of laugh about it because you look, and if you remember those necklaces that were really big in the 90s that just had the seashells.
The puka
Shell necklaces?
Puka shell, yeah.
It's a puka shell necklace, and it points, and it says, "Let me," or I'm saying, "Let use guys me, use guys put, use guys it, use guys on."
Okay. I'll grab the puka shell necklace and I'll.
Is some kind of
Hand-
translator?
shapeshifter.
Or a shapeshifter, indeed.
That's what I'm guessing.
In
I mean, I'm not there. Al's not there. Michael's guessing.
Look, let him have it, but any funny business, and he's getting the business end of yes. All right,
well,
we'll be very clear.
I can use. I don't know
I
if
saw that wicked lick I laid on your friend. Don't
Mhm,
make me do it
mhm.
again.
I don't know if my ability, the sight, would let me. Let me see his influences. Would that make if I picked it up and looked at it? Would I be able to tell him?
Yes, you can see that. Go ahead. Let me see here. I don't think you need to roll. There is some magic around it, and it doesn't seem like it's anything dangerous like you've seen before.
Okay.
It seems legitimate. Like it might just do something to help this thing, but not in a way that could harm you guys.
Cool. Then I will hand it the necklace.
Okay. It takes the puka shell necklace in its hands and puts it around, and just you feel a pulse of energy. Those of you that are aware of magic, you feel this pulse of energy, and it just goes. Oh my god! Thank you. If I had to say you guys one more time.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
I'm
Sorry.
still learning.
Wait,
Sue
what
me.
word was he actually saying instead? Where it came out as "use guys"?
You ask him that?
Every other word.
Yeah, because it was you. "Use guys" was a misinterpretation. So what word was he actually saying?
Fuck.
Ah, all right.
Because I was getting tired of it. Look, hey, I'm sorry. I'm Daniel.
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 Okay.
Fishman. Is it
Daniel.
Fishman or Fishman or Fishman?
No, I'm a. Oh, you're not there. Sorry. God damn it! Why does this feel more and more like the Adventure Zone? Okay. What can I answer for you? And with that, let's hop over to Al. If everybody can mute real quick, other than
Deafen.
Al,
Is that gonna
deafen,
create?
please.
Does the yeah? I was like, does that create a technical issue? Because I feel like it did in the past.
Has it?
No. Just mute. Just deafen yourself on Discord,
Yeah,
and
just
then
deafen.
and then when you're done,
I will go. I'll go.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna forget how to do that.
and Meg, you can just take. I think yours would be fine because it's just on Discord.
Yeah.
We'll find out. No, y'all, James was right.
James was right.
Yeah,
Okay.
If I
just
deafen,
take your.
then nobody can hear you. So I'm just gonna turn my volume down.
Cool.
Weird.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, now we know. At least we know.
Yes, that's good to know.
Good to know.
So,
right.
Al,
Yes.
you charge out the back door, and you are able to see a little further down than you expected. A little ways down the dock, there's another building, and you see the shutters of like a storm cellar. One is still open and kind of swinging a little bit, while the other one slams shut.
Okay.
What do you do?
Oh, I'm definitely gonna go creep up and check it out.
Okay. You go up to that area and you look down. You look down in there, and there seems to be. You don't hear anything right off the bat, but you do see that there's a green light kind of emanating from down there, kind of like that bioluminescence that you saw come off of this creature.
Okay. And I know where this is. This is not far from where we were.
No.
All right, I have been doing this a long time. I'm gonna make the smart choice. But all right, we're gonna come back here in force. I want to be the reckless teenager, but I have reckless teenagers in my charge. I will get them. All right, so yeah, I want to look around in the immediate area though. And is there anything like of note, or anything to give me any indication as to maybe who this seller belongs to?
Let's read a bad situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is.
Or wait.
Either that or investigate.
I think investigate. I think investigate.
Okay.
Sorry. So that's plus sharp.
So that's sweet. That's an 11.
Ooh, okay. So on a plus 10, you get to hold 2. So you can ask any of these questions. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? I'm sorry, my son is slamming on the door. That is not part of tonight's game.
Are you sure it's him?
I'm absolutely sure it's him. Yep, that's him. What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
Oh, I definitely want to know what's being concealed here.
As you look down and around, you very slightly hear in the distance down in the cellar the like scraping of these things like feet, and it sounds like it's getting further and further away down something that could be construed as like a tunnel or just something that is mostly stone or something hard surfaced.
Okay.
You do notice something else with that question as well. I apologize. All the shutters are closed on this house, and curtains are drawn.
Okay. I want to go back up to the door, and I want to check. Can I hold the other question until we come back?
Absolutely, you can.
I want to go up to the door, and I want to check it and make sure that it cannot be locked, because I do not want to come back and somebody had snuck up and pulled a fast one.
Yes, yeah, there is no lock nearby.
Cool. I'm gonna hightail it back up to the bar to fill the peeps in, and then we'll regroup and make a plan.
Okay.
And it's probably a good spot for a potty break, because I gotta go potty.
James didn't see me do it. That's okay. No, James might be frozen. James might be frozen. Yeah. Oh, no. Nope, there he goes.
I can't see James at all.
No, he's back. He's back. I thought he was frozen for a minute. So, you actually, a 3-year-old at the door, Noah, is possibly the scariest thing ever. Teenagers are the worst. But he's wonderful, and I love him sometimes. No, I love him. Al walks back in as that last statement is made by the fishman. And you all have a moment. There's a pregnant pause. I hate that term. Why did I say that? There's a pause. There's a pause in the conversation where we can go tinkle. I think it's a good bathroom break.
Yeah, I gotta take a wicked pisser.
Jesus.
Hey, he's just bringing it in here. Wicked pisser.
Wicked pisser.
Oh boy.
Hey, so we hope you stick around in the chat. The chat has been nice and active tonight, and it's been wonderful to see some of y'all and hear from y'all. So stick around. We're going to go take a pee-pee break, and we will see you shortly.
What is
it that we say?
Get yourself a fribble.
Oh, that's not till we come back.
Do we say anything about pee-pee?
That's when we come back.
No, okay, cool. I always forget. I'm bad at remembering things.
We'll be back in 10.
weirdo.
I'm sorry.
Welcome back.
Hello. Hello.
All right. Sean, the thing you were thinking of before goes here, and it's around these parts. We hope you had a pleasant bathroom break.
There it is. I apologize. I'm so bad at that.
No. No apologies necessary. It's still a relatively new gig.
This is true. This is true. Well, it is great to be back with you guys. Let's get back into the action here. Our heroes have a trapped fishman, which you see the power start to wane on this almost force field that you've created around him as Al walks back into the main area of the bar. As that occurs, what happens right now?
Well, as soon as I come in, I would immediately acknowledge that, Dawn, your containment spell is holding up nicely.
Thank you.
What do we make of our inhabitant there?
Well, he can communicate freely now because we have a.
Oh,
See the necklace around their neck?
I'm Daniel.
This is Daniel.
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 Okay.
We're sorry for hurting your buddy, Daniel.
I'm not sure we are yet. We have to figure that out.
That's
Yeah.
Don't apologize for me.
You seem amenable enough, Daniel. Could we parlay this conversation a little bit further?
Sure. Look, I
ahead, Sean.
I don't look. I don't really like my dad. He's not the greatest. So
I'm sorry. What?
I don't really like my dad, and so
Father is
him
coming
coming back isn't my idea of a great time. So
now we know for sure
Yeah.
it's not a heavenly father or anything like that. It's his
Okay.
actual dad.
well, some people think he's kind of from the stars or whatever.
So he's a cult
He's-
leader.
So
Uh,
celestial, but not heavenly. I got it.
I mean, he's
Alan?
inspired some stuff.
Alistair, to catch you up, someone called the Father is coming, and he needs blood sacrifices to come back.
Yeah,
Uh,
look,
Sean,
Yeah.
I was wondering, can I use my dark past ability to see if I can extrapolate any context from this information to further gain a better introspection on what's coming on who this father might be, because Michael might know, but I don't know if Alistair knows. But
I
I'm
think you
thinking
can-
that his dark past.
I think you can roll that. Yeah, roll a plus weird.
While Alistair is rummaging in his dark past,
Yes.
Sonny pulls a draft of Gansett and slides it down the bar to Alistair. And says, Al, I want to be clear that you understand that when we do say coming, we mean arriving and not, the other.
Oh my God!
Yeah, no, that
Is that what you meant?
Well,
It
that
was
is
unclear
really.
to me.
It's really popular with the adult film community in their parody titles. It's fascinating. Anyway, cheers. That was a 13.
Oh shit. Okay, so let
That was a
me.
12 plus, which I think that's that special success, or what is it? Exceptional success.
Man, okay,
I don't
so I'm
remember.
trying to see.
Advanced
So there's-
spell.
Yes, it's advanced.
So since this is a move,
Skip the grade.
it doesn't have an advanced success. It just has a
Okay.
10 plus. But you may
Oh, that's
ask
right.
me 2 questions from the list. So
Okay.
there are 4 questions to choose from. When I dealt with this creature, or one of its kind, what did I learn? There's also, what black magic do I know that could help here? There's, do I know anyone who might be behind this? And who do I know who can help us right now?
So I definitely am interested in the black magic one that's provided there.
Yes.
the other one, I'm wondering if my previous encounter with this kind of creature, which that's such a broad stroke, if that led me, if it's conceivable that that led me to learning about who I think the father might be. Like, if you know what I mean, because there's like a pantheon of deep ones and old ones and
Yes.
elder gods, and so I'm wondering if that going down that rabbit trail after my initial encounter may have led me to that information.
Okay, so let's start with the black magic question.
Okay, yeah. What black magic do I know that would be helpful?
So the black magic, you are aware of many summoning rituals. As you look back through your just through your the annals of your memory, you come to the realization that there are 5 missing people as of right now, and that that typically when summoning there needs to be an elder sign of some kind, and an elder sign typically uses the 5 points of the star.
Yeah,
so
I know the elder sign.
Yes, so
Yeah.
you realize that the 4 that have already been gone for a long time. You're assuming just in your mind, you're like, they could be possibly gone already. But this last one that happened within the last week, you may still be able to save this last guy.
Okay.
Because once the last person dies, the thing that they are trying to summon could be summoned.
Okay.
And we're pretty sure
and
7
you
is it. 7 is the magic number.
5.
Did I say 7 or 5?
5.
Is it 7 that are missing?
6 are missing right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. 6. There has to be a 6th one in the center of the elder sign. I apologize. That's on me.
You know,
Ooh, okay.
what's funny is like my brain kind of filled in those gaps.
Yes, and I apologize for the people at home.
Oh,
That's on
you're
my
fine.
brain.
Brains
So-
are weird.
The other thing was when I dealt with this creature. Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So my initial like encounter was just with like some other thing, a white of some kind.
Yes.
And I feel like that is kind of what propelled Alistair into becoming a paranormal investigator / exterminator, I guess. And in a lot of Lovecraftian lore, there are lots of allusions to shadow beings and shadow people
Yes.
and things that walk between the veils. And so I think that would probably be some parallels in learning about the elder ones or the old ones or the deep ones, you know, in at least some respect.
Yes, you are aware. I mean, you are aware of other beings that are under the water and or like live in the water and things like that. There is one that is not necessarily a great old one, but one that is an elder being that has been rumored to be this far north. It's never been given a name, but there has been a rumor of a being that slumbers under the water. Not necessarily like you've read about like Cthulhu, and that is not the situation here. This is something that isn't quite necessarily as powerful as Cthulhu, but could enslave humanity if given the opportunity.
Out of character, is it Dagon? Okay. All right. So with that information, I think I have enough where I would feel confident in questioning the fish man.
Okay.
But I'm good with conferring with the party too, and filling them in on those gaps. I don't want to monologue about deep ones and old ones and stuff.
Of course, yeah.
Y'all heard all halted that.
As you kind of monologued about it.
Yeah, as I monologued about it, and now I'm sitting in front of the fish man.
Jeez.
I'm just a man sitting in front of a fish man, trying to questions about an eldritch god that I have no idea what's going on.
We're normal men. Fishmen. Just
Daniel kind of looks at you and says, huh. See, that's actually impressive, like, that you know all that. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. He's not great.
Does your father have a name? It's the one thing I've not been able to.
I don't know. Look, there's people in town that kind of work with us. I don't know them all. They all wear hoods when they talk to us, so that there's not that interconnection of if one of us gets caught, for instance, and somehow you realize that we can talk to you, you know.
Honey, I told you it was cultists. I told you. You owe me $3.
Look,
Just
they
three?
they
That's
call
a weird
him.
number.
who are you talking to that owes you the $3? That's
Whatever, man.
Look, they call him the Sleeper.
The
Sleeper
The
beneath the waves. The sleeper
Yeah,
beneath the
that
waves.
sort of thing.
Sleeper who
His
wants to
dreams
be a
kind of escape sometimes. He talks to people through their brains and stuff.
You know,
And
like you do.
yeah, like you do. And the look, the people you're looking for are the members of the Order of the Lantern. The lantern being yeah, the basically the ritual of the lantern is the thing that wakes him up. For each person that we sacrifice lights one of our bioluminescent lanterns and lights eventually that sixth light will wake him up.
So I'm assuming that the blood will be human.
Yeah, it's got to be pure blood, human.
Why?
It's what he prefers. I don't know why else.
I'm
not
probably something to
exactly
do with
magical.
the specific mineral content is what I would wager.
That you sound smart, so I assume that's right.
A mineral.
Sonny, what were you going to say?
Using terms like pure blood just seems a little
Racist.
It's a little.
Elite.
It's a little.
We're enlightened folk here. We don't judge.
I mean,
based on that.
Well,
I'm not judging. I'm just saying there's hybrids.
Now you don't want to wake him up, but you can't help it.
Look. I'm just trying to live. And until there was an opportunity to try and maybe like sabotage it, I was just gonna do what I needed to do. If I needed to be the one that sabotaged it, I was gonna try and be the one that sabotaged it. But look, he's not a good guy. I like what I have going here. I got enough fish for me, and I don't bother anybody.
But there's people that are missing, and now I presume that they're dead, and now you need the fifth sacrifice.
Sixth.
And
we need the sixth.
Excuse me, the sixth So 5 people are dead, and you helped with that, yes?
I wasn't directly involved in each of those.
Indirectly involved isn't great either, my guy.
Look, when you're in a bad situation, sometimes you have to stay in a holding pattern until your time comes.
That's just a really long-winded way of saying just following orders. What's going on in the cellar and down the tunnel back out there?
There are tunnels underneath the town.
And where do they lead? Is there a temple under the town?
They connect everywhere. They connect all over the place. I don't know where the main temple is or where they're keeping anybody. I'm not that high up the food chain.
Then how are you going to sabotage it?
Can you give us any...
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No. Go ahead, son.
When you say they connect everywhere, do you even Fall River? There's a wonderful casino in Fall River. I just gotta know.
I don't even know where that is. All that I know.
Well, you
in
say
the town.
everywhere. I have to assume you mean everywhere and not just
Well,
the
no.
town. But all right,
Look,
all right, all right.
they're
all right,
old.
I hear ya.
They're old tunnels that were dug out during Prohibition to transport liquor. That's
Okay,
all I know.
you said that it's you're not that's too high up for you. Can you give me a name or some names of who might have a little more information?
Yeah, look, the one you need to talk to get the most information out of. You got to talk to Eve.
Sheriff, does that name mean anything to you?
He
Because he's here too.
Yeah, he's letting you guys kind of handle it and just kind of holding back for the moment.
Weird.
Well, because he hasn't been successful yet. He wanted to see what you guys
No,
did,
of course. I'm good. Yeah, no.
and he kind of scratches
Strong
his scruff.
silent type.
Yeah, he scratches the scruff a little bit on his chin and just says, "That's Are you talking about the harbor master, Eve Calloway? You gotta be shitting me." And the fish man just says, "No. Eve is. Look, talk to Eve, but Eve's dangerous. You gotta get the drop on her. You think we were scary? Eve is something else. She's scary, man."
Scary when I want to be.
Sheriff, we're gonna need to pull any public records we can on this Eve Calloway.
He nods, and he says, "I'll. Do you want me to look? It's gonna take me a bit. Can I go back?
Yeah.
You guys got this handled?"
Yeah, we got.
Well, yeah, but I hear so now we're come to a bit of an impasse because you, indirectly or directly, you were still implicated in a conspiracy to kidnap and murder people.
Understandable, yeah.
Daniel. So, Sheriff, we're gonna have to. I mean, he's arrest him, I guess, because you're sentient, you're intelligent.
Yeah. Look, I'm happy to be your prisoner if need be, and give you guys information as I can.
Yeah, that I think can we arrange for a holding cell that will keep Daniel safe from any reprisals? And
nods.
A tank, if you will.
And the fishman, Daniel kind of laughs and just says, "Look,
can we call it the bowl? Can we, whatever we put him, can we call it the bowl?"
Well, I mean, a fishbowl is what they call a holding cell, and
yeah."
Al's gonna stand up, and as he like kind of paces, he talks to, just kind of leans into the sheriff and goes, "I'm sorry, they do this all the time. They have to name things and."
What?
All I need is like a tub of water.
Okay, we do whatever we can to make him comfortable.
I appreciate that, and I hope you see that I'm sorry.
Daniel, I do have one question for you.
Yeah.
You said that the ritual lights these lanterns. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
What happens if we destroy the lanterns?
Should stop the ritual, I would think.
So
Where are
even
those?
if we don't, rescue anyone, but maybe just take out their lanterns, that would stop everything.
Yeah.
Are they where would you suppose these lanterns are?
I couldn't tell you. I've never been there myself. I'm obviously not one of the father's favorites.
Well,
maybe
I'm sure in city records we can probably find some maps, any kind of.
it's not your fault that you were born with gills. It's not your fault.
I
It's not your fault.
appreciate that, but
Not
thank
your
you.
fault.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Were you was that like a trying to make me cry sort of situation?
There's gonna be a movie come out here in a few years called Good Will Hunting. You're gonna love it.
Oh, okay.
It's not your fault.
Okay. If I knew what a movie was, that would mean something.
I bet it would.
I need to make a quick run to the RV, and then we need to make a game plan about checking out this tunnel.
Okay.
And it's nighttime now, I'm guessing, as we went over there in the evening.
It's getting Well, it was like afternoon, so it's like getting towards twilight.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's go and regroup at the RV.
Sure. And you had that parked at the
Is at the hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is within walking distance, if I remember
Yep.
correctly.
Mhm.
Well, so sheriff takes the fishman away with a kind of trench coat over him, so he doesn't cause a panic if there was anyone outside. You all make your way back towards the inn. One thing that you do notice is that as you're about to leave, Grizz sits up and just sort of like coughs a little bit and just says like, what happened?
I forgot that guy was even there.
Oh, I'm gonna need. You got beat up by fish people because you knew too much shit.
Oh,
Does
Oh,
it
about the
mean you know
lantern
where
people?
the lanterns are?
Yeah.
Do you
Look,
know
I-
where they
What do
are?
you- Hey, what do you know?
I know about the order of the lantern because some of my my drunk patrons sometimes talk about it because they're part of it.
Can you give us some names?
Sure. Let me
Loose lips
rack the
sink
brain
coke
here.
ships, that's what I always say.
Honey,
Look, a lot of people talk about Eve.
I'm in a place.
Does anybody? Hey, he looks up at you as you he looks up at you, Sonny, as you finish your beer. He says, "Can I have one of those too? Just pour
It's
me
your
one."
place,
I
man.
mean, it's your bar.
I'm just saying, it's kind of hard to stand up right now. You don't feel great,
Hand the man a beer, Sonny.
and he takes a big sip.
Why don't you come with us? We've got an infirmary in the RV. We can give you a once over and
Oh,
patch you up.
thank you. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah, of course. Come on.
And he takes the beer. He goes, "Road beer," and he just takes a big swig of it. And on y'all's way out, he notices he has drunk the whole thing already and is pouring himself a second one on his way out the door.
Okay, Al's gonna pull a joint out from behind his ear and spark it as he goes out the door. When he gets out to the door, he's gonna point to gesture in the direction of the tunnel that the other fish guy went. So the other fish guy ran off that way. There's a whole lot of that bioluminescence coming out of the bottom, deep into that tunnel.
Mm.
Think it leads to this network that Daniel was telling us about. I actually know why I did that, and if you ask me later, Meg, I'll tell you.
Okay. Is it Whole Foods?
So we're gonna
The
have
answer
to.
is Whole Foods.
It's Whole Foods.
Yeah.
We're gonna. Oh, I think James is frozen.
What?
There he is.
Whoa, that was so funny because you all of a sudden went from like this to being back down. It was trippy.
Okay, so I'm not
freaked me
still frozen then, right?
No, you're
You're
not.
not frozen, no. So as we're headed back to the RV, so what's the play now? We have the library in the RV, girls. If you guys want to hit the books and do some cross reference with this lantern cult, we'll see if we can put a call over to the sheriff's office about getting those town records too. Do we want to try to go into this tunnel at daybreak, or are we feeling gung ho about going after it like right now?
I mean, I'm feeling gung ho, but I'll concede to the group.
No,
Well,
one. Al,
yeah.
is that guy gonna turn into a fish guy? You have to worry about that.
Chris?
No, they don't they don't do that. That's not how that works.
It's not like lycanthropy.
How does it work?
I don't know.
I'm not chastising you. I'm glad that you're thinking about these things. That shows excellent improvement.
I don't usually use this part of my body.
I know Sonny, you're doing great. I'm so proud. And I meant what I said, Dawn, about the magic earlier. Ro, I'm assuming that we owe it to you that we knew exactly how to go about getting after making a move on those guys in the first place. Excellent job all around.
Thanks,
Gotta
Al.
make a move.
So we
Oh
do have
boy,
an
I'm
infirmary
beat.
on the RV, and it can has space for one or two to recuperate. It is up to the keeper to determine how long is likely to take, and
So
if there are any
we're in a
supplies.
new scene. So nobody took more than like 2 harm, right?
Right.
Right. So that's just scene to scene. So like typically the harm is going to be, we can role play it like that 2 harm that I think James might have taken. Somebody took 2 harm. I don't remember who it was. You did? Okay.
Yeah,
So Ro took the 2 harm. We can role play it that Ro kind of, it doesn't take you long to get better. Like
Well, I meant
Grizz,
more for Grizz.
yeah, Grizz can take some time if
Okay,
need
yeah,
be.
he can hang out. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he can hang out. I mean, he seems on the level. He, he explains, that he's, I'm not gonna, as far as I can tell, based on what I've said to people, and they've said to me, and James is frozen again. Is that look, I'm not gonna turn into a fishman. That's just not how that works. Like,
How
you
does
know,
it work? Where'd they come from?
they come
Whoa!
from. Whoa! They come from. We're just trying to fuck with y'all on YouTube.
Oh,
So
What happened?
you just
You were like this, and then all
And
of
then
a
you-
sudden it was like you went angry in fast motion, and then you went away.
for me, you teleported between the 5, and everyone changed.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'll figure it out. I'm sorry.
So
At least,
look,
at least it's entertaining.
as
For what
far
it's
as I
worth,
can
I
tell.
did also take 2 harm. I guess that didn't come through.
Oh,
It
that's
did not.
fine. You're all right.
You're all right.
Scene to scene, 2 harm is nothing. So you look. So look, the sleeper is just kind of like this asexual, like, here are my kids being.
What?
So if you can think like, from what I can tell, from what people have told me,
Like an amphibian.
I kinda, yeah, or like a
Reproduces
seahorse.
Look, I
Yeah,
don't
kinda,
care if the guy's ace. That's not important here. We
Well,
don't. we don't
no, that
judge.
means that they reproduce, but they don't need a mate. They're born
Yeah.
with the eggs already fertilized.
I was also
Ah.
There's
confused.
a number of species of frog that can
yeah.
even change their sex in order to. Anyway, this is that's
Alice
a
is starting to
totally
sound a lot
other-
like
Hey,
Michael.
Like he said.
Crichton frog, West African frogs, right? Yeah.
Play what you know, baby. You play what you know. Yes, West African frogs are known to do that in a single sex environment.
Like he said.
So, and there are also a number of insects. That could be an arthropod of some sort. Might not be vertebrate. Um,
What are we talking about?
the
Dawn,
Godfather.
Roe. I wonder if we can find any local legends or folklore about sea monsters.
You got it.
You know, outside of the normal Leviathan myth. Every culture, every place has a Leviathan myth, but also lots more local stuff can prove fruitful. Right.
This is
Al, if I can grab Big Russ and Little Tony E, I'm happy to go down that tunnel with you right now.
I am feeling fairly froggy. Although in this particular context, I feel it is important to point out I'm not turning into a frog person. Yeah, I'm gonna grab Sparky. At that, Al goes
Boys and
into the
names.
RV, and up above, or at the bar where the bunk is, the little like ledge. That's where he hangs the flamethrower.
Yes.
And he pulls it down and grabs a couple extra canisters of propane. And he's gonna grab his silver sword. He always has the knife.
Grizz kind of from the table he's kind of laying on, he just kind of looks over and says, "You might want to like make sure that as few people see that as possible. That's a little crazy, man. Yeah, a little conspicuous is what. That's the word, conspicuous." And he pulls out like a.
To that end, Sonny goes inside, grabs out a 38 revolver, and it freeze frames and zooms in on the revolver and says, "Tony E, and then he runs over and grabs a shotgun, and again, same thing. Freeze frame, zoom in, Big Russ. Just like
You
Uh,
motherfucker.
on the end of the barrel of the flamethrower is a little like decal painting of a red devil farting a fireball.
See, this is what they mean when they say boys will be boys.
Yeah.
This is what.
If I had a flamethrower, I'm just saying.
excuse
So-
me, Ro. Men will be men. Let's be clear.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay, boys. Okay.
The ladies, the two of you feel comfortable with the spookiness in the captain's quarters? Yeah.
Love happiness in captain's quarters. Hell yeah.
You know,
I thought we decided it wasn't a haunting though.
it's. I'm not going to rule that out, but it's definitely something that's attached either to the widow herself or to the location.
Oh, I see.
take
So
all-
you want us to stay in the room while you go in the tunnel?
Unless you're wanting to come in the tunnel, I'm not telling you your business, but this could be a divide and conquer kind of situation.
Look, sis, I don't want any harm coming to you. You maybe don't want to come in the tunnel.
Okay.
This is
I'll stay in the haunted room. It's fine.
perfect.
Mind your P's and Q's. All protective measures, counter charms.
Sigils. Got it.
We got.
Thank you.
got-
Good.
We got sigils.
Stay out of the liquor cabinet. All right.
No.
Wash your hands
promises.
before you start to use the reference materials. I can't emphasize this enough. Some of the books are several hundred years old,
We know.
and grubby cheeseball fingers.
They disintegrate.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We know.
Love
You
you.
know as well.
Dawn's
You
gonna
wash your hands.
open her little clutch and
Getting
say,
page.
"Who do you think you're talking to?" and pull out a little pair of gloves.
Good girl. All right. Oh no, I'm forgetting something. What am I? Right. And he reaches up underneath his bunk and pulls out a tin full of joints. Let's go.
Are you guys my abilities down in the tunnel?
Radios.
Yeah, but I
For you.
get through radios.
Well, we could call for backup if we need backup.
All right. Okay.
We're not gonna get in over our heads. I'm not gonna let Sonny do the driving down there. He only does the driving up here.
I'm
More
just
of a
just wanna-
reconnaissance mission.
Invisible.
Yeah.
And I'm also telepathic. So
Nothing's gonna get over my head. If it was, I'd grab it and throw it back down, and I'd shoot it with Big Russ. All right.
I'm also not entirely convinced that we've seen the last of these fish people coming after Grizz or whomever else they need
Right.
for
We
this
can-
ritual.
sure.
We'll blast them.
We'll protect Grizz.
All right.
And keep an eye
so
on
with
the
that-
widow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Splitting the party. Let's go.
All right,
know,
let's.
If I have the opportunity, and does make some kind of sense, and I'm playing into the trope. It's a genre. It's a genre game.
It is.
Right,
It's a
right,
genre
right.
game. I love the
Like,
splitting of the
Yeah,
party.
you play in the trope. You play to the trope. That's
We
That's
can
what makes
cover
this
more
game
ground if we split up.
you
Hey.
you get experience from failure. Like you go dive in the deep end. Go for it.
You're leaving me so many doors on how to end this session open, and I love it.
Yeah, you guys are good set up for another cliffhanger. I'm here for it.
I kind of dig that. I love cliffhangers. Let's start. Let's start with the research. That seems correct. Let's start with
Okay.
some research. So, tell me what you guys exactly are kind of looking for in this, and
Any
just kinda-
information on the
yeah, just explain.
lantern, order of the lantern, if there's any, especially any indication of where the ritual might best be performed.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
We're probably gonna go over to the sheriff's office and see if he's pulled the files on Eve yet.
Sure. Okay.
We
Yeah,
can go
I know
over
I'm
all
not
that.
there, but we did talk about city records, looking for like ownership, who owns the docks, who owns the,
Yeah.
I
who founded the town, any of that sort of stuff.
want to look into other disappearances and maybe
Sure.
figure out a time frame of how often this happens.
Sure. Yeah. No, you can know that already. It's about every 2 weeks that somebody disappears.
No, I mean like
Um.
in the years things, like if this has happened 100 years ago, or if this has happened,
Oh.
Has
Okay.
this ever happened
Um,
before?
if it's a
Yeah. Got it. Okay. That's gonna be something that you can probably find in his history book. Well, they would probably have some stuff in the sheriff's office. Okay. Let's start with the library here.
Okay.
So go ahead and both of you guys. So you can either both do an investigate a mystery separately.
You could get a +1 to that if you do that because of the Lord Library.
Yes.
Okay.
What I was going to say is that if one of you wants to be like the head investigated a mystery that does plus sharp, if somebody wanted to help that person out, that is also a possibility.
Okay.
I have +0 sharp.
I have -1, so
Okay, so then maybe individual roles.
sure.
Okay.
All right, let me know what you get.
That's a solid 12.
Oh, okay.
You said we get a
Wow.
+1.
Nerd.
+1 13, baby.
13?
Yeah.
Ooh, a 12 and a 13. 13. So both of you get to ask me any 2 questions that you would like to ask. They do not have to be on the list that I have. So any questions you would like to ask, I can try and answer them.
So we get
4 questions in all. 2 from one person, 2 from another.
How do we find where
Okay.
the ritual's being performed?
Okay, what was that question again? Give me that full question just so I can answer it properly.
How could we find where the ritual is being performed?
Okay.
It's like, are there specific
In-
rules to where it's held? Are there like symbols
Yeah.
we can look for?
So the ritual needs to be near the water. Typically, it needs to be near the water, but also close to the earth. And so you need something that is going to be both connected to the earth and both connected to the water. Caves are a good location for those things. Typically anything that could be a close connection to rock and the water of the ocean.
Boy, I feel like we're gonna need some diving gear.
probably
Bigger boat.
okay. Where can we find info about the local sea monster lore, just to see if anything aligns with what we know about the father already?
So as you're looking through the lore of this area, you're able to find that there's a lot of lore about the idea that there are.
Reconnecting again now. I don't know what's happening. Our connection's not stable.
We love it.
I mean, that does happen.
I see myself now.
Okay,
Technology.
go ahead.
It did boot a bunch of people, though. I do see that it booted some people. So, I think I see us back now. Yes, I think I see us back now. Yes, I see us back now. Okay.
And to be clear, I don't think that's
Host of Dunmere. You do see that there's a connection between when, like, the idea of these fish-like beings and the sleeper begin to connect with that time period as well, having to do with the fishing industry here. A lot of fishermen believe that they are mermaids. A lot of people do not, and a lot of people do really believe that there are fish-like beings here. in that same sense, you do get a little more information, like that is around the time that the Order of the Lantern begins to arise in your readings as well, typically centered around this area.
Okay. Is it, from what I'm reading, is it a cyclical thing? Like it happened years, 100 years, 10 years?
It doesn't seem like anything is super active recently. About 100 years ago, there's less historical knowledge of Dunmere 100 years ago, and Dunmere seems to appear in the historical record about 90 years ago. So Dunmere has only been here, from what you can tell in the historical record, a little over 90 years.
Okay.
So think like right around 1900.
Okay.
That's young for a New England town.
Really young.
Mhm.
Damn
Interesting.
cultists.
Damn cultists.
Fuckers.
No sense of history.
Fucking YouTube.
They're
All right,
doomed to
2 more
repeat it.
questions. I think it's one from each of you still.
Okay.
Oh, I done forgot what I need to ask about.
Is there anything in our research that denotes the beginnings of the town, like how people came to Dunmere, or like did it just appear out of nowhere?
With a 12 plus, you are able to find that a lot of Dunmere's residents seem to have come from other communities in the area where they had kind of been shunned for their beliefs. It seems as though they just weren't the. This is a region that is highly involved in the Christian church. Typically in this region, actually Presbyterian. You do read that there's a Presbyterian church in town, but the people that settled here were doing things that in church services that just were not the norm. There were some odd things ritualistically having to do with the land and the water that people were not okay with. There weren't. They tend to lean more into like they leaned what seemed to be more into the Old Testament, where there were more animal sacrifices and things like that occurred in that sort of sense, and they utilized that. They found some way for the Old Testament to make a sacrifice calendar almost, and that's kind of what you've seen from this.
So I'm missing a whole half of the religion.
Say they were singing.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Meg, for some reason, didn't completely pick up your whole sentence.
Speak up a little bit, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I just said that they're missing a whole half of the religion.
Yeah. So it's like an occult versus Presbyterian views kind of thing.
It feels that way, like just based on your experience in this detective agency, it doesn't feel like a natural choice.
Gotcha.
Like.
Never mind.
Okay. Meg,
I'm not even there.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I think you have one more, Meg.
Okay, but what about this widow, though? Like, is there any news around her husband's death? Was it mysterious in any way? Or
So
family history.
What are the local legends about the widow?
I mean, you got a 13, so I ain't gonna be a stickler for information. So you are able to, as you look through these things, you find some interesting information about her about just like the history of her family. She married into Edgar's family. She was one of the part of the. They were both part of the original town. Or no, I'm sorry. She was part of the original township. He moved in from out of
Okay.
out of the town. Comes from Boston, and meets her at school. They move back and open the inn. Edgar's disappearance and eventual drowning was determined was off of the Cranberry Bluffs, which are outside of the town where the apologies, where the where are you, my friend? Where the Beacon's Rest Lighthouse is, as well as the area where there's also a kind of a state park that moves up into the Cranberry Bluffs to protect all the cranberry plants that grow wild up there.
Cranberry bogs.
Yes.
Natural cranberry bogs.
Natural.
Grody.
So, you find some like
James's
some
lawyer
old
brain is going haywire.
you find a few more like just an article about it, and just a few more like extra writings where Marjorie mourned publicly very openly about it, which ended up just the way that she mourned. She typically went out onto the she would go out onto the top like widow's walk of the Graygle Inn in the haze that would descends over the town in the evenings, which as you look out the window, you see this haze starting to come in. And people began calling her the Gray Widow. No one has ever suspected any foul play necessarily. It was just seemed to be a freak accident of sorts. They found his body about a week later, and it seemed as though he had been just absolutely wrecked by the rocks that are at the bottom of the Cranberry Bluffs.
What does she do up there?
She walks.
Sad.
I'm wondering if maybe there's a cave or something under Cranberry Bluffs. Because it said that it needed to be connected by land and water. The ritual.
Find some maps.
So I'm wondering if maybe Edgar was thought to be pure of blood, but then when they got him, he ended up not being pure of blood? Or something?
How? I thought when they said pure, they meant human. So
Yeah.
are you saying Edgar was part not human?
Maybe he was a hybrid of some sort, because the fish guy, Daniel, said that happens sometimes. And there's no fucking way that I'm just human. There's no way that you're just human, Miss Magic Girl.
That could be true.
You know? So I don't think that we would be targets. Maybe the other two.
Sorry.
Not Alzgamet.
I don't know. It's
Just-
a mystical inheritance, so Sonny may got some like may not be pure human, even though he didn't get any of the magic.
Right.
James is black. Oh, his screen is black.
What?
There he is. There he is. I just saw him.
Missing all your bits.
It's time to have a conversation about
Every
Discord.
single
This Discord
one.
is just not.
Discord
Well,
hates James.
it's not
Discord
doing
hates
it,
James.
man. Well, yeah.
99% of the time it doesn't, and then like 1% of the time it's just like I'm
And then
gonna
we-
fuck with you.
And then we
Good times.
We don't
It's
like you
always
anymore.
lower streaming. That 1%.
I mean, we don't need to talk about it right now, but like, when we did stuff on Saturday. No
Yeah,
problems.
it was fine. Yeah.
Dumb.
As you guys finish your research here, it is getting darker. And you do see some people begin walking into the Grey Gull Inn, seemingly to enjoy the bar.
There's
it
a
seems
bar?
there's a bar.
We established. I thought we mentioned that last time.
There's a bar. Sorry, I've been really
Like a
bad
small-
about
like a-
artwork this time.
Like a small one. No apologies. That's the theater of the mind.
That's right. Theater of the Mind is more fun.
We love
exactly what this bar looks like.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean, I have a picture, but I won't pull it up because we're not in it yet.
Gag carpeting everywhere.
And you all are left to kind of, oh my God. You all are kind of left to ruminate on this and have this discussion as we jump to our other two heroes. As they walk down. Do you guys walk there, or are you driving the RV there? Okay.
Well, I think it was close enough that we didn't need to drive there.
Okay.
I also
You-
do have a sensible sedan and a beat up pickup truck. So
Lovely.
Yeah, I
Well,
figured the sedan is probably hitched to the
oh, it is
RV.
hitched. We did
I
talk
was
about
about to
that.
say,
It is
but we
hitched,
all
yeah.
pulled up in the RV though.
It's hitched. It's hitched.
but
So
it's a
you
nice
all
day. We can walk.
you all make
Yeah,
it.
it was within walking distance.
Yeah. You all make it back, and you're able to find your way to the back of this house. As you get to the back of the house, it is still not locked or closed. Or it is. I think you closed it, but it is not locked. So it is not locked. There are no lights inside the house as of right now. So what would you like to do?
Well, we definitely know that there's some boogans down there. I have half a mind to check the house, but I feel like that might just be a rabbit hole. Plus, if anybody's home, I don't want to have to cook them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not in the habit of wanting to murder
No.
civilians.
The fish people, though, if Ro had it right when she read on that first one, they don't like fire. So hopefully, old Sparky here will get us out of trouble if we find any trouble to get into.
You know what else I bet they don't like?
What's that?
Buckshot. Perhaps though, I feel like the house is just going to tell us that there's a tunnel here, and we should probably just go in the tunnel.
Yeah, I am of a mind to agree. So let's cautiously make our way down this tunnel.
So you all move down into the basement, and there are lanterns down here, but not like lanterns you've seen before. They are glowing green, and there isn't a flame. It's just glowing from where the fire would be. Yes, it's very bioluminescent.
I'm definitely taking one.
Sure, you can pick one up. There is no
Yeah.
heat.
Can I try
From
to
these
smack
lanterns.
one with my baseball bat?
You may absolutely. No, you don't need to kick some ass, even though I think it would be funny to hurt you. But go ahead and hit the bat, or hit it with the bat.
Just boom! I just like take one.
Okay.
I'm like, it's like hitting off a tee. It's like it's right there, and then oh, that's a drive deep to left.
What are
Over the
you?
monster?
Why did you do that?
It smashes. As he says that, you notice that on your bat is wet now.
Oh boy.
And when you do smash it, you get the scent of salt. It's a seawater.
There are some forms of some plankton that emit a bioluminescence. I suppose if you had enough concentrate of it and kept it in a salinated solution, that you could conceivably get it to render enough light to be useful as a lantern.
Mhm.
Interesting.
I
Don't smash anymore.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but Daniel told us if we took out the lanterns, then we might take out the ritual.
Yes,
So
yes. I don't think these are those lanterns, but again, I appreciate the instinct There's a lot of these lanterns, right? Right, Sean? Right, Keeper?
Yeah, lots of
And
lanterns.
we're looking for 5 special lanterns.
It's cute. You're assuming I can count.
You can count when you're talking about stats.
I
Yes,
do
that's right.
forget. I do forget about the severity of the head wound.
You're gonna need to frame it in the vein of some sort of sports statistics. You know, how many games played does this lantern have? How many rebounds did it pull down last night? But anyway, I get it. All right, I won't smash anymore.
Okay, thank you.
Tell me to. I'm starting this program where I take initiative. You know, I'm trying to be proactive as opposed to reactive.
I see what you're doing, and I appreciate your doing it. It's sometimes the outcome isn't always favorable, but that's life, you know. We've learned something from smashing the lantern, that it's full of what I will presume to be some sort of bioluminescent algae. But we will take this intact one back, and we will verify that at the RV.
I'm glad that you referred to it as algae.
Algae.
All right. Let's,
I don't have a ridiculous accent. I have to lean into the manner in which he speaks.
Oh my God.
I guess we'll move on.
Yes.
Right.
So, Michael, I believe you're holding one.
Yes.
From Investigate a Mystery.
I am. Yes. Oh, that's right. That's right. I am. Yes.
Technically, it's a new scene, but I'm going to let you reset, and you can ask any of the questions that are under Investigate a Mystery, even one that you've asked before, because I don't remember which one you did, but you may absolutely ask any of them.
So basically, I just won't know the difference. Ask whatever you want.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Well, it's also in a new location, kind of. But you did hold it. I'm not going to punish you.
So I want to move down, inspecting the tunnel a little bit more as we go.
Okay.
And I want
you
to
do
know
not see a tunnel yet.
Oh, we don't? Not yet? What are we seeing?
You are in a cellar.
Oh, just a cellar.
It's like a root cellar. It's got stone around the bottom. Seems as though this is the foundation of the home that goes deep into the ground beneath the frost layer. But you see nothing that would show show that there is a tunnel here.
Well, I thought that's what I found earlier, though.
You didn't find a tunnel. You heard the thing running. What seemed like further and further away down something that had possibly stone or hard walls.
The word tunnel was used. I just did not maintain the context in which it was used.
Indeed. Sorry about that. That was on me.
No apologies. So I want to know what is being concealed here. Then that's my.
Right. You kind of wander around, and you kind of, just based on the gravity of your roll from earlier, you're able to. You kind of move to where you think you heard the sound coming from, and you're able to push against the wall a bit, and one of the stones feels a bit like a doorknob. You twist the doorknob and pull, and a large stone door that is built out of multiple, hundreds of small stones pulls open, and you're looking down. Looks to be a smuggler's hallway.
Now, Sonny, do you think they would include this on a realty estimate?
Are you saying that out loud?
It's going to depend.
Yeah. Yeah, this is monster of the week. Lean into the tropes. You gotta do the stupid one-liners.
It's going to depend on the realtor, who their target audience is. Really, it's are they selling to somebody that wants a smuggling basement or not? If they're if it's easily hideable with a stone, maybe I'm not showing.
In a down market, the square adding it to the square footage. All right, let's go.
You all wander for a bit. These hallways are maybe about 6 feet tall, maybe about 4 feet across. So it feels very claustrophobic. You wander. You eventually make your way to a. Also, this is lit by all of these, these green lanterns every once in a while. You eventually make your way to a 4-way stop. It feels, just based on the direction you're going, it seems to go under the streets of the harbor a little bit. One of these turns north, one of these turns south. South would bring you down further towards your inn. North, you feel like would bring you a little bit further towards the downtown region. East kind of brings you more towards the bay.
Oh, we know that Fishman can't be out of water too long, I don't think. I'm like impulses to go back, that there are probably more of them that way, but going to the town might lead us to people's houses who are implicated. You flip a coin?
I mean, if it's up to, I mean, you got a 3-sided coin.
Oh no, I don't want to go uphill, so it's one of the other two.
I mean, I was
North,
more
south?
drawn towards the bay, if I'm being honest.
You know, then we're gonna follow that instinct, and he's gonna pull out another J and light it, and we're gonna head towards the bay, smoking a J on the way to the bay. Hey, hey, hey!
Down by the bay where the watermelons grow.
Watermelon,
Oh, no, it's cranberries.
oh,
Cranberries.
right. We always confuse those two.
I never got over children's music, so.
Oh my gosh. Jesus.
Yeah.
You
John gets
all.
it.
I get it.
A little raffy.
Yeah. You all continue walking, and you eventually have 2 options. There's a curve. The curve's around to your right. There's also a hallway that continues down into what looks and sounds like there seems to be water moving down towards that direction.
Oh.
As though waves are kind of lapping against something.
I don't love that. I definitely do not want to fight Fishman in water. I'm not wearing the right shoes for that. So we're gonna go the other way. Is that Sonny? Does that feel good? Oh, are you frozen again, James? Yep. But you do look very contemplative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like it would that would be a photo used in an ad about like life insurance or something. Oop, he's real frozen. So
Yeah, he's real
There he
frozen.
is.
Hey.
There he
You're back.
is.
Yay!
Yeah, the sad thing is like it's not freezing for me, so I can hear everything that you're
Of course
saying.
you can.
I'm glad that he...
Just
So it's
hear you
your-
commenting.
it's your
I hear you
upload
commenting on my
speed.
being frozen. I'm just like, fuck.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
I love it.
Yeah, no, I don't know that I want to fight these fishmen on their home turf. So maybe we can get him back on our ground. But
Okay.
I follow your lead. Let's.
All right. This turns down to the right. Continue following this hallway for a bit. Not as far as the other 2. And you come to either to continue or another right turn. You don't see where either of these ends up, but you have a choice whether to continue the way that you are going or turn to the right.
You're gonna get lost.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna keep going the way we're going.
Okay. You continue the way you're going. You continue going. And perfect. Perfect. Okay, so you continue the way you're going, and it begins to move upwards, kind of. It feels like it's moving kind of at a 5-degree angle. You're kind of moving up. You eventually come to a ladder.
Wow.
And the ladder goes up to a hatch.
Oh boy.
Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, he's frozen again. Son of a. Oh,
No, he's
No,
not.
he's
He's there,
not.
he's
He
there.
was just sitting very
Wow.
still.
Wow. So my vision's based on movement. You disappeared for a second there.
I'm just thinking.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors.
I mean, sure.
Mm, 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 mm.
He froze in the middle of it. I can't.
I don't understand.
What did you do?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't
Which
know why
one?
it's
Which one
happening.
did you do?
What
I
did you
paper.
throw?
I did
Paper?
I did
So what did
paper.
you
I know
do?
Michael did scissors. I saw the
Okay.
scissors.
Okay.
I'm like, I do it, and then everyone's like, I froze again. I hate this.
Screenshot.
Pay
So-
more for your internet. No.
It's not my internet. My internet's fine.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Oh, that was funny as hell.
Yes.
So I guess James goes up first.
I'll cover you with the flamethrower.
I'm so sorry.
I've just come back and thrown rock. It's yeah, I definitely threw rock.
So
We would not have known
Sonny,
the difference.
I know. I'm honest. You can take
My
that
God.
away from this.
Sonny,
Okay,
you,
You take your
So
shopping
Sonny's
carts
going
back
first,
to the
right?
bin, don't you?
Jesus.
Yeah, Sonny will go first.
All right, Sonny goes up the ladder. It goes up a bit. Do you open the hatch when you get to the top?
At first, I will put my ear up to the hatch and listen.
Okay. Real quick, hold on.
Keep moving so it doesn't look like I've frozen.
Yeah, just keep wiggling. When you do that, I would call this reading a bad situation.
Okay.
So can you roll plus sharp, please?
I can. I have to remember what my sharp is. Hold on. I closed my character sheet.
Probably -1.
No.
That's
Sharp
what mine
plus
is.
1.
Oh,
I only-
okay.
I have -1 to charm, as you might imagine.
Well, that makes sense.
That's a 5. That's
Oh,
a
Ooh,
boy.
5.
mark that experience.
Okay, yeah, mark that experience. Let me see here. So, I can take a hard move against you. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna
We're
because
approaching cliffhanger time.
yes, because I am the keeper. I'm going to
Yes,
hold
that is
I'm-
true.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold that for a second. Michael and yeah, can Al and Sonny can you what is that called? I'm so sorry. My brain is dying. Can you deafen for a second?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, deafen for a second.
Deaf.
Wait, except for
Are you actually deaf?
Down. But I'll take them
Oh.
off too if you want.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You can
Who
still
are you
hear me.
talking to?
Okay.
Sure.
So I'm gonna talk to the two of you guys. So what do you do after you're done with your research here? It's getting dark. Where do you go?
To the mini bar.
To the mini bar. Okay. When you say mini bar, do you mean the actual bar or do you mean to your room?
I think the room. I think we take the papers and books and stuff
Okay.
up there and wait for any like haunted activity or weird noises. If there's
Sure.
a lot of windows, we keep an eye out
Mhm.
on
Sure.
the property. You know.
Okay. Gosh, I should have deafened you guys too. Okay.
What?
I need you to play this like you have no idea what's going on. Am I clear?
Okay.
Well, that's true.
Okay. Cool. Okay. You guys deafen. Go. I'm gonna go to them now.
Okay.
Well, Meg, you know what to do. So just, so you don't hear anything
Ironic.
right now. You don't hear anything right now.
Okay. Well, is the hatch is the hatch latched?
It is
Like,
not.
Okay.
It is
so
openable.
it'll just like pop open.
Yep. He froze. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, and my various gods.
It's like a fucking commercial
my
break.
various
Um,
roads.
Apparently, all I have to do once it freezes is to turn off and turn my camera back on, and I don't know
Okay.
why that fixes it. That makes
That's
no
fun.
sense. Makes
That's
literally
so-
no sense.
No sense.
Anyway, I will take out Big Russ and
Okay.
just go and like pop the hatch open with Big Russ and like point it upwards.
Sweet. Mute, or not mute, deafen.
He hit both of us or me hit him?
Both of you. Both of you.
Oh, damn it, Janet.
Well, that was quick.
No. You guys still stay deafened, please.
Oh.
Al and Sunny. Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
no,
this
he was
is the
giving a thumbs
universal
up to
sign.
Emily.
I'm sorry. I'll do this from now on. Emily.
Oh my god.
Perfect. Sorry about
This
that.
is
Now I
too
know
much.
the universal sign. James,
Oh, I'm off still.
you're still off. Same with Michael. All right. Same with Al. All right. So hey,
Okay.
you guys hear a slamming sound from behind the fireplace.
Oh.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
All right. What do you do?
Well, first I'm gonna
Camera-
look
Okay.
at it. Is there anything out of place?
Go ahead and read a bad situation.
Okay.
Both of us are just
Ooh.
Both of you can do it.
okay.
And what's that again?
That is plus sharp. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Well,
I
that
got a
sucks
10.
because I have a -1 on sharp, but I still got a 10.
10. 10 is good. What did you get? What did you get, Ro?
Yes. 7.
7. Okay. So you get to ask 1. On a 10 plus, Dawn gets to ask 3. So here are the questions. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims? That one, you guys feel like the victims right now.
Okay, how do we protect ourselves?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the best way to protect yourselves?
Yeah.
Find out what is happening behind the fireplace right now.
Great.
Great. What's my best way in?
There you go.
Best way in. All right, you kind of look around on the fireplace and you
Start feeling for loose
Just-
bricks.
you actually notice that the candelabra on one side seems to be screwed in to the actual mantle.
I pull on it.
All right, so you pull on it.
Secret door. Secret door. Secret door.
Sunny, you show up in this kind of square room. It's very small, with brick on all sides. As you are up there and you're kind of looking around and getting your bearings, you hear this grinding noise
We're about to.
and one of the walls opens, and
Hey!
you turn your gun, and you're pointing it at your sister
Whoa!
in her
Whoa!
room in the hotel.
Oh, dear
Whoa.
God. Whoa, you don't scare me
Whoa.
like that. Dawn!
What the
Thought you were,
guys?
weren't you supposed to be researching up in the room? What are you doing
What?
here?
What's happening? I can't really hear. There's an echo.
I found the girls.
Dawn, real
Yeah.
quick before, so if you can, you're gonna hold 1 for the next session
Okay.
because you are going to notice something, and I'm going to give this to you because you rolled so well.
Okay.
Okay. So you look down behind your brother as he has just popped out and is pointing. He now has lowered his shotgun, I would assume.
Oh,
He hasn't had that much beer. But let me see.
That was my favorite freeze yet.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one too. Yeah, you're frozen again, bud.
Hey,
Frozen again there, bud.
God damn it, I didn't get a
Figure it
picture
out.
of it, motherfucker.
It's on
So
the stream. It's on YouTube. It'll live there. It'll live
Yes.
there forever. The internet
Everyone-
is forever.
everyone
Yeah,
change your social media images to that. So no, don't do that.
Why would I do that?
Eric Drummond was the most recent disappearance. You see and move past your brother, and you see a little square, like a rectangular card on the ground. You see a card.
Mm-hmm.
You pick it up,
Pick up the card.
and as you look at it, this is Eric Drummond's license.
Okay.
And as you look down at the ground, you see scratch marks and a couple of nails, human fingernails that may have pulled off in a struggle as someone tried to grab the side of this trap door.
Oh boy.
And that is where we will end it for tonight.
Okay.
Dynamite sesh. Kids
That
and
is
kiddos.
that was fun. I'm so glad I got to lean into that style and just be like, "Oh, we found each other."
We found each other. Now have some eldritch fucking horror.
Yeah.
Yes.
You had your Scooby Doo, and now
You had Scooby Doo and now human fingernails.
Exactly.
Gross.
Exactly. Well, thank
Love
you
it.
guys so much. Great
Thank you.
session. No, y'all are doing a great job. And I think we're back very quickly,
We
if
are.
I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
Thursday.
Meg, throw out what's coming up.
Everybody's talking. We're gonna reconvene. We're just so overwhelmed with joy to be back together again because our game was thrown off for so long. That's clearly what's happening. Our mouths are just running away with us. And they're going to continue to run just as fast as they can on Thursday at same time, same place here on YouTube, 7 p.m. special night. And then because we don't want to short this adventure a session. So we're going to get that third session in there, and then we'll be back again in 2 weeks on Tuesday for session number 4. But in the meantime, this Saturday is Once More One Shot.
Emily, did you make hearts just like?
Yeah.
You witch.
It's so cool.
Is
I'm
there
sorry.
a sound effect for Nicolas Cage? Because that's what's happening on Saturday.
Hold on, let me see.
Yeah, we have our
It's just the air horn.
oops on Nicolas Cage.
Yay, oops on Nick Cage.
We're so excited. It's going to be a giant chaotic game. Erica is running Never Stop Blowing Up for us again. We had so much fun playing it. In February, we decided to play it again immediately, but this time with 8 different renditions of Nicolas Cage.
Like,
So
Yeah,
super freak.
the
Guys,
Nicolas
I
Cageverse.
I rewatched Wicker Man, and it's not as offensive as I thought it was.
I'm telling you, like, I think people have just a misperception of that movie just because of the ridiculousness of the bees scene.
Oh, well, he's also horrible in it, but that's okay.
Like, I mean, the whole movie is that's just part of it. It's part of
Yes.
this weird camp and especially if you know anything about the original, because the original is
Yes.
even fucking weirder.
It's
Is he
fucking
dressed
weird.
as a bear when he punches Lily Sobieski?
Yes,
Yes.
I have an outfit for this Saturday.
I was about to say,
So
we
do-
are
so do
fully
I.
expecting Sean to appear in a bear costume.
In a bear costume.
I might have found a bunny prop. It's fine. It's going to be a good time. So you should join us. That's at 1 o'clock this Saturday, the 19th. And then we're back on next Tuesday, a week from today, with Essentia. Woohoo! And also, we have merch. Go buy it.
Hopefully with significantly less camera freezing.
Hopefully so. If you would like to get your hands on some amazing merchandise, I don't have any of it handy, but Michael's wearing a hat. You
It's
can
a great
head over
hat.
to ttrpgswag.com/pages/grimstone.
James was drinking out of the glass.
Yeah, we got
it's-
glasses,
The merch
which are
is so good
amazing.
that
That
It
it
froze.
freezes. It's
It
so
froze
good.
in the right spot.
Best
That's
freeze
pretty-
all day.
What did
That
you
was
actually
fun.
say?
That was the perfect freeze.
it did again.
Yes.
Yeah,
what did
right
you
when you held
actually
it up, it was
say?
It was perfect.
Hey now.
All right.
Hey now.
I think that's it. Are we? Is that it?
That's
Are we
it.
good?
That's it. We're
I
really
think
bad at,
so.
we're really
We're
bad at
bad,
outros.
we're bad at that. But that's okay.
yeah.
We'll be back Thursday.
Yeah.
So we'll see
Never
you
stop
then.
playing.
Never
stop
stop
Chat was
playing.
great tonight. Thanks, y'all.
Never stop playing. Never stop playing.
Never stop playing! Never stop!
Unless